All right, in order to get the wiper door off, there are 2 screws in here, cap screws, 3/8 inch heads on them. You can see them from this side here on the inside. Get a flashlight on there. So I'm going to use a ratchet, of course. This would take forever with a open end wrench, and so I'll just have to take those off on both sides. You can see it a little bit. Yeah, there it is. That's a nice view from there. Which one of these is not like the other? Which one of these just doesn't belong? My apologies to Sesame Street. So I broke actually 2 of these screws, and these are what hold the door in place. And so I'm going to need to get the broken pieces out. I've already tried using an easy out. That didn't work. Now I'm going to have to, I actually messed up some of the threads, so I got to go to plan B and maybe plan C. So plan B is going to be taking out the broken pieces with a Dremel tool, and then using some good old-fashioned JB weld and basically molding new threads around the old screws. Hopefully that'll work. If that doesn't work, I'm going to go with a helicoil and try it that way. So I'll try the least intrusive approach first, and then I'll go with the helicoil. So I'll walk you through that process as I'm doing it. So one of the issues with this is these broken pieces are in, I think this is pot metal. So this is pretty delicate stuff. And the only vertical square surface is on the inside, and there's a curvature to this such that as you try to get a screw, a drill bit in on a handheld drill, you can't. You're going to be at an angle because there's interference. So you can't actually do a very good job from this side either because it's not square. So it's really hard to judge what you got. So I'm going to go at it from this end to take it out with a Dremel tool. I might, or maybe the other end as well. I'll see what I can do. But I got to take it out from that side. Okay, so the one on the right is the untouched hole. It's a good hole. And the one on the left is one that one of the cap head screws broke off in. That's been drilled out with a Dremel tool, and you can see it's offset a little bit. Again, it's really hard to get these square, so I'm going to keep picking at it with the Dremel tool and clean it up, and then we'll take it to the next step. The other side looks similar. Well, after I got the Dremel tool to basically take out, I think, most of the old bolt or the old screw, I thought I'd take a chance. I mean, the tap set to redo this is only about $450 at Lowe's, so I figured it was a low risk. I think this is going to work. I'm basically chasing out the remnants of the old bolt, whatever didn't get out by the Dremel tool, and I think I'm going to basically save this without having to do anything with trying to fix it with some goop or try to have to oversize the thing. So I'm going to continue with this, but the first hole seems to be doing fine, and so I think I got lucky. Well, I've realized probably the easiest way to put the wiper door back on and align it to the grill is to do it as an assembly. And in order to do that, you need to remove the whole assembly. So there are, down in here, there are two 3/8" bolts which have been removed already. There are two 3/8" nuts that are located on screws that hold that stanchion in place. There are two nuts here that takes a 1/4" wrench. So these are 3/8" wrench for the nuts. Oops, where am I here? There we are. 3/8" nuts here, 3/8" nuts here, and then over on the other side, down in there, there are also two 3/8" nuts. The 1/4" headed screws actually hold this bracket in place, so that you can see how that's moving there. So I'm taking the whole thing out. I'm gonna get everything assembled onto that, and you can see, sorry, there's also another shouldered bolt that goes into the solenoid switch for the windshield wipers. So it's all taken apart now, so I'm going to basically remove it from the vehicle, and I'm going to put it on the bench. All right, here's the assembly on the bench. I've got the grill next to it. The grill will be facing that way and sit on these these pads here. Yeah, that here, and the third one, and then this brace over here, which will go into the firewall. So it doesn't look to be in too bad a shape. It does have overspray on it from a paint job on the front end. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, try to get some of the overspray off. I'm not going to worry about it too much, but yeah, just clean it up a little bit before putting it back together. All right, I've got the grill mounted to the actuator assembly. It's loosely attached, but just to hold. If I don't do that, then the mechanism doesn't stay in place enough. And now I'll, where these holes are here, I'll match them up to the threaded holes here. With that, I need to put bushings. So it's a bushing assembly here. There's the outer bushing by the thread goes on the inside here. And this threaded side goes on the other side here. So it looks funny when you're holding it this way, but it's a pain in the butt to get aligned. So I'm going to do that off camera. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Sorry, I needed to correct myself. This is the way it'll look. So there's a bushing on both sides of the black actuator portion. The outside bushing sits between the actuator pedestal and the panel. My word fighting problems. What a pain in the butt. Okay, so I got the door panel and the grill aligned on the bench, on the workbench. I think that's the only way to actually do this. I tell you, if I had the opportunity to do this again, I wouldn't. Even if you paid me. Pay somebody else to do this. This is finicky. All right, I think I made some improvement to the alignment of the door panel here. I did it through shimming. I shimmed the passenger side a little bit. There's actually more of a curvature to the door panel than there is the grill. So and the grill's a little bit more flexible. So what I'm trying to do is make up the difference by shimming the grill. So I'm in the process of doing that right now. In order to get there, though, I've got to attach the vacuum actuator. And I thought this would be a real good time to show you how this works here. This is a left-hand thread on this side and a right-hand thread here. So what you end up doing is basically connecting the two sides like this, and then if you don't cross thread it, let me get it back here. Okay, I think I got it. Let me put the camera down for a second here. Okay, now, so when I turn this counter, clockwise, guess depends on which which perspective you're looking at. But when I turn it, you can see it's tightening up. The painted end is the right hand thread, and the left hand thread, as you can see, is sucking it up. And then once I get this thing aligned, it's supposed to be 3/8 inch down the threads here. I'll do the final alignment of this in a little bit. But there it is. That's it. Once you get it tight, don't mess with it. And then I'm just going to push this back together again. All right, I shimmed it again. I think it looks okay. It's still a little bit low, but you know what? It's better than it was, and I am happy with that. The grill isn't coming up as much as I'd like, but it's close enough. So